MLS is kind of funny in that way that you have most of the guys on the roster are, either minimum salary or like kind of just like normal middle class Americans. And then there's throughout the league, not necessarily on every team, but throughout the league, there's a couple guys who are making superstar money.
Yeah, astronomical
right.
money. Yeah.
And so it's got this really funny kind of curve to it. Yeah. What is it like to play in a league that's like that, where you have the Steven Gerrards and the Frank Lampards of the world making a huge amount of money, and then there's a bunch of guys who are on this team and making a tiny fraction, but are more productive in the league?
Yeah, it's very difficult from a player standpoint, because an American player standpoint, because you're kind of pigeonholed. You're very limited in opportunities overseas. The league knows that. You also have a desire to play for your domestic league, for your fans, your family members and stuff like that. And sometimes most times the pay doesn't coincide with production. It coincides with your brand, your image, your name, what you're bringing from that standpoint. So
the flag next to your nationality. Exactly.
Are you on the national team or not? Those types of things. And that's kind of the disparity in MLS. I've played in games where a guy's making 18.5, passing the ball to a guy who's making 6.5 million a year, and you're kind of going, okay, this is a really weird bell curve, right? And from the standpoint of those players, you're kind of going, okay, I'm contributing, I'm doing well, but because I'm making so little money, you also know maybe the people above are looking for someone who they can replace you with from a branding side of things. So these are all things you're mindful of and you have to be aware of, and you're going, okay, my contract's not guaranteed this year. I'm living in San Jose, Silicon Valley, where rent is whatever it is, and you're trying to save for your future, plan for today, play well, and there's so many uncertainties. So I think the one thing that you do have that, let's say, the tech guy doesn't have, right, is more time in the day for that pay. So maybe if you are making $40,000 a year as a guy who's doing well and contributing on the team, whereas the guy down the street who's making $40,000 a year, he's working from 8 o'clock till 5 o'clock, or 9 to 5 every day, and you're working from maybe 9 to 1 every day. So what are you doing with that extra 4 or 5 hours a day for the same amount of money that you're getting that's going to set you up for if soccer doesn't work out, or if it does work out, So I think the big thing that I'd like to preach, much to the annoyance of my teammates and people around me, is saying, hey, you can play FIFA for the next 6 hours, or you can work on something for 2 and play FIFA for 4 hours, or you know what I mean? Something like that. Really getting clear on understanding that the real advantage that you have playing professional soccer isn't the money you make, is the time that you have. And if you want to spend the time and waste it doing whatever, that's fine. But know that at the end of your career, you're going to be making the same money working from 9 to 5 with the other guy. So you have the opportunity now to take advantage of the extra time that you have. And I think that's the biggest philosophy that I've taken on since joining the league.